Hi folks, what I'd like to do right now is talk to you about something that we do in this office called cervical tractioning. Now this is the actual cervical tractioning unit called the neck orthotic, and it does serve a big purpose in helping us with our adjusting. When you actually have a neck that is not holding its curve properly, we want to try to bring the curve back in so it can actually help to increase nerve flow back to the body the way it was meant to. A lot of time when the neck is not doing that, it can create problems for us. So the neck orthotic helps along with the adjustments we're doing. From the front of the spine, there is a long ligament that runs all the way from the top of the neck down to the lower back called the anterior longitudinal ligament. A lot of the times when things happen to us in life, falls, accidents, stresses, a lot of times it's going to actually cause the neck to change. It's a very strong ligament, so it can pull everything straight, which we don't want it to do. So with the neck orthotic, what we're trying to do is we're trying to introduce a curve back to the spine. Take pressure off the nervous system, get the ligament to stretch. Now you'll feel the stretch all the way through to the bottom, not just always in the top. And some people might say they only notice in the top, and that's fine, but for the most part, we'll definitely notice all the way through. The neck orthotic itself, there's three different sizes. There's large, which is all three pieces together. There's a medium, and there's a small. A lot of this depends on, first of all, how big you are and how old you are. For example, a larger one would be for a larger person, right? A medium, which tends to be the size most often used, is for most of the population of people. The small would be used on a child. So that a neck orthotic can be used for anyone, and then it doesn't matter what age you're at. Also notice, and this is important, that there's two sides to the orthotic. One's a more broad side, okay, and the other side is more of a slope side. The slope side is the side that goes towards your shoulders. The broad side moves away from your shoulders. So what we're going to do, just to give you an idea of how to use this, is we're going to have Kira come out and actually demonstrate the best way for us to set up for the use of the neck orthotic. We're going to have Kira lay down, and what we want to have Kira laying down on is a hard, flat surface. So basically you'd be on a rug, which is what we have here, or on a yoga mat. So we have her on a yoga mat right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure out exactly where we need to place this orthotic on Kira. And what we do is we take our index finger, run it off the back of the skull until we hit the indent. Okay, that's below the skull itself. That would be the point where the neck orthotic would be for the upper neck issue. Okay? If we add 3 fingers below that index finger, and the index finger once again to the bottom of those 3 fingers, that would be the middle of the neck. 3 fingers again, index finger again, that would be the lower part of the neck, which pretty much is right on that one, or just a bit above that one big bone in the bottom part of the neck or the upper part of the back. And then what we would do is since for Kira, we know hers is middle, we're going to come off 3 fingers, 1, and have her come and lay back on the neck orthotic. And right on the point of the neck orthotic with the finger. Also, what we want to do is have our legs flat, right? Just like that. It actually helps with the stretch of the ligament. Now notice, we don't want her head leaning back, we want it neutral. So we'll bring her head neutral and have her laying like this. Sometimes what you can do to help with this is put a towel under the head to support it while it's in neutral position. Because really what we want is the neck orthotic to push up into the neck, not create an uncomfortable feeling. Now understand, sometimes as you're going through this, you may notice things like muscle changes or sometimes some soreness, which is not unusual. When you're using the neck orthotic, starting at 3 minutes initially, and what you're supposed to do is add a minute each day up to a maximum of 15 and 20 minutes. As you're working with this, there may be some uncomfortable feeling that can occur. And sometimes you can move through things too quickly. Not unusual. What you do at that moment is you actually increase it slowly, which means you might be, let's say for example, 4 minutes for 3 or 4 days before you start to move up to the next one, which would be 5 minutes. So slowly start to move it up until we try to reach the maximum of 15 and 20 minutes. The whole purpose of the tractioning is to try to help enhance the curvature. It does not replace the adjusting, it helps with the adjusting as we're starting to see this neck change. And the idea is to try to get the maximum amount of curvature we can for you to help to release that nervous tension and also stretch the anterior longitudinal ligament. When you're getting up off your orthotic, always roll to your side. Once you get Kira to roll to her side, and then slowly start to sit up again. Okay? So, That itself is how to use an orthotic. If there's any questions or concerns, talk to me about it so that we can actually work on how to best make this work for you. I appreciate your time, and we're looking forward to seeing how this works for you.